Hello traders and welcome to another video review. Today is Thursday, May 29th, 2025. Let's take a look what do we have in the economic calendar for today. Asian session were quite quiet. We got only the data from the New Zealand business confidence down from 49.3 to 36.6 and data from the Australia private new capital expenditure down from 0.2 to minus 0.1%. We are waiting for the data from the US, which is scheduled for release at 2:30, and this data is of course the US GDP. At the same time, we got the initial jobless claims scheduled for release and current account data from the Canada. Pending home sales are scheduled for release at 4 o'clock. Then we have the 7-year note auction at 6 o'clock, and at the same time we got crude oil inventories data scheduled for release together with the Cushing crude oil inventories. Bank of England Governor Bailey will give a speech at 9 o'clock. 1 hour later we got FOMC member Daly to give a speech, and 30 minutes later we got Fed's balance sheet data release. So generally the London session is non-event session, and US session is way more rich in the data releases. Without any further ado, let's take a look at charts. We start with euro dollar. The 4-hour chart of the euro dollar tested the level of 1.1213. So as expected, this is the technical support, very important technical support. So now we are down. Let me take a look. Roughly around 1.80% from the recent top. So as you can see, this movement to the upside might have been considered done. Now the situation here is quite interesting, because it looks like the movement to the upside here is at least in a very skewed 5-wave cycle, because wave 1 is obviously let's say overlapping wave wave 4. Wave 4 is overlapping wave 1. Yeah, this is wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4 overlaps the top of the wave 1, wave 5. So okay, so this cycle is done. Now correction to the downside, or this is the wave 1, wave 2, wave 3 is done here. That's the correction wave 4, but this overlap of the wave 4 and the wave 1 is even deeper. So the best situation here is that the best scenario, the best pattern here is that complex and time-consuming correction in wave 4, basically. So the bottom for the wave 4 that we established at the level of 1.1066 might not be the end of the overall correction. The correction is right now evolving into more complex and time-consuming cycle. In this cycle, we just let's say bounced from the almost extremely oversold market conditions back up towards the level of 1.30. This is the trend line here. Let me just mark it again. I just placed it while I was talking. We might see some kind of a rejection of this trend line and then further downside movement. However, it doesn't actually look like the bulls wants to do this, so maybe some sort of the consolidation will be done here. So complex correction, time consuming, not really nice good environment here on the euro dollar. Crude oil, the crude oil is right now trading higher, because what they want to do, I guess, is they want to break above the technical resistance. 66.82 is one of these levels, and 64.16 is the other technical resistance level. The support obviously is located somewhere around 60.4, and that's a kind of a nice technical support. It used to be tested at least once, and we got another level here for the technical support, just the recent one. It looks like we got this one, the 60.46. So both of these levels establish some sort of the range trading conditions into the quite interesting developments related to the momentum. Momentum is positive, is strong, and it might not be surprising to see the $64 per ounce of per barrel of the gold to be tested very soon, as the market keeps moving higher here on the lower time frames, and is trying to bounce away as far as they can from the level of 55 dollar per barrel of the crude oil. So right now we are locked inside of this trading range. We've been locked since the May 13, 2025. So it's now over 2 weeks. We've been trading inside of this trading range, and now we are waiting for a breakout in either direction. Okay, so that's the crude oil. Let's take a look at gold, obviously, because it looks like the gold broken below the 3,000. This is 3,280 technical support. Now it's being tested from below, and we broke below the level of the 50 on the RSI, made a new low, 36 points. So market conditions are pretty oversold. Bears are in charge of this market for quite some time, at least in the short term. So this level is now technical resistance, and the market continues the movement inside of this channel, which is being limited by the level of 3,367. This is the recent local swing high, which is lower than the wave B high and the other high located at 3,500. So local low 3,245 now will act as the technical support, and you can even take a look at very, very interesting situation here, as we managed to test this kind of a zone here, 3,250. So now it's a technical support, short-term technical support, before the level of 3,204 is hit. So gold is still in the uptrend, but is having trouble to break above the level of 3,360. So right now the complex correction continues. And what else we should take a look at? US dollar to the Japanese yen. Why? Because we got the test of our trend line. We bounced from the extremely oversold market conditions up above the 100 periods moving average on a 4-hour time frame chart, and now we tested the technical resistance at 146.11, and there is of course the trend line resistance as well. Let me just mark it. If I have my arrow, there you go. This is the level here that I'm talking about, and that's the situation. Clear rejection of the trend line test from the downside, clear rejection of the trend line, clear rejection of the technical resistance, extremely overbought market conditions, and now the market can go lower. Now this level is no longer necessary, as we might develop some sort of the downside movement on the US dollar to the Japanese yen. Perfect technical analysis in play, so please make sure that you have it on your charts as well. Now Bitcoin, the last but not least, the Bitcoin, the cryptocurrency. What is going on here? Not much. Not much is going on here, as we establish this trading range, the yellow rectangle, and we keep trading inside of this range, just above the 100 periods moving average on a 4-hour time frame chart, 106,386. Now we need a breakout. We need a breakout either to the upside, either to the downside. Otherwise, this situation here might not be that good for the bulls. The market conditions are oversold. Right now it's only 45 points. Bears are in charge of the market, as we keep having problems with breakout above $110,000. So as long as we stay below this level, the outlook remains in range. Now, because we have the lower high, let me just make this short-term trend line resistance. Let's keep it blue, because we got already the yellow rectangle. So as long as we stay below the blue trend line inside of the range, we might just see the ups and downs made on the short term market traders on the market on the Bitcoin, right? But the long-term traders still waiting. They don't give up. It looks like the dips are being bought when they get towards the level of 106,000, and then are being sold back when the price is above 110,000. So it's a simple short-term trading game. However, the long-term trend is still up, and mid-term trend is still up. Please remember that this is the all-time high, new all-time high on the Bitcoin market, so we are trading very close to all-time high. Well, right now it all depends which side of the market will actually throw a towel, and where the breakout will be, to the upside or to the downside, what direction the breakout will be. Maybe when we get the 100 periods moving average a little bit higher, the market will give us a nice bounce above the short-term trend line and back into the positive territory. For now, range trading, very limited volatility, so we are waiting for the decisive breakout. That's everything from me for today. Thank you very much for watching this analysis, and I hope I see you guys next time. So take care and bye bye.